It's Only Sport with Martin Devlin on The Platform. Brought to you by One New Zealand. Let's get connected.
To Dubai we go, where the coach of the White Ferns, Ben Sawyer, joins us. Ben, welcome back to the show, mate.
G'day, mate. How are you?
I'm good. I don't know where to start with this, apart from reading you the stats that you're more than well aware of. We lost last year, this is our White Ferns team, to Pakistan for the first time, lost in a series at home, the T20s. Following on from that, we've played 19 times this year. We've lost 17 games. One of the wins was a dead rubber. We've lost 10 in a row T20s, 11 in a row altogether. Can't seem to buy a win. Ben, you're the coach of this team. Why aren't we getting any better, and why can't we just simply win a game?
Yeah, look, first of all, no one's backing away from any of those numbers, exactly what you said, and I know that, myself and definitely the team own all those results. My only thing to that, and obviously, it's a high-performance team, and you've got to win, and wins are expected, so we all understand that and don't shy away from that. But look, we're trying to build this team. We've got quite a young squad, and trying to get it ready not only for World Cups, but also, we're going to have, in a couple of years' time, we're going to have probably two of the greats of the game step away. So really trying to work hard to make sure that, we can get this team in a place where those results aren't what you've just read out. But at the moment, we've got to go through a little bit of pain to do that, and putting people in positions that maybe they're not quite ready for yet. And, we're trying to, teach people international cricket on the international cricket stage, and that's difficult. Now, once again, I don't shy away from that, and we should be doing better with it, but, that's just the reality of where we're at the moment.
A couple of things on that. One of them is that, anyone that is trying to learn their trade in international sport by playing international matches, that's the most difficult situation to put yourself in. Our domestic competition is obviously not good enough to prepare the players to play at that higher level. So what can be done about that?
Yeah, look, and I think there's a number of domestic competitions around the world that probably aren't that. But then those girls go to the really big franchise tournaments. So, for instance, the Australian team that we just played in, 13 of their 15 players are regulars in WPL tournaments, in 100 tournaments, and they're not only getting their experience then in the WBBL, which is also probably the world's best competition, but they're also then playing their trade in two other of the world's really best competitions. At the moment, we've got one or two players doing that each time. I think we had Sophie Devine and we had Susie Bates in the last 100, and at the moment we've got Sophie and Mealy picked up in the WBBL. So, look, I got asked a question the other night about is it more time with the White Ferns or more times in franchise cricket? Well, we'd love them to be exposed to that franchise cricket, but to be picked in those teams, you've got to be performing well on the international stage, and to perform well on the international stage, we've got to get them ready. So, it's our job. We've got to do better at it, but, we're working as hard as we possibly can to try and get them up to those levels so that, once again, those numbers that you read out don't continue to happen.
You said high performance and wins. It's a high performance business, results driven, and wins are expected. After losing so many matches, is there enough pressure on the same bunch of players, though? There were no changes after losing 8 in a row to England. So what I'm asking, is this the best that we've got, and there's nobody else that can come into this team or this squad?
Look, in terms of numbers and domestic cricket, no, I don't think there is just at the moment. In terms of what we've looked at, if you've got career strike rates, there's not many across a career. You might have a good season or something like that, but across a career, there's not people really putting their hands up with like a strike rate of, over 110 and maybe averaging 15. Whereas, once again, sitting there the other night, I watched the Australian players walk in, and Annabelle Sutherland has a career strike rate of 140 at number 8. So they're just the numbers that we're up against. And I can promise you, and anyone, and I've spoken to domestic teams out there, if girls can put their hands up and do that regularly, then that's what we want as a White Ferns group. I think the one real area where we are doing well in is some of our pace bowling, and there's competitions for spots there because there are a number of girls putting their hands up, and we're going to have to make some tough decisions around the quicks in this tournament, and that's what we want in every facet of the game. And just at the moment, domestically, there's probably not the batters putting their hands up to make those changes. And I guess whether I'm right or wrong, I don't see the point in making changes for change's sake. I understand the numbers, but we're trying to work with these players. But if there's anyone in domestic cricket that can put their hand up regularly, they will find a spot in the White Ferns, and that's the challenge I guess we throw out to them. And we're not blinded to anyone coming up, but just at the moment, there's not really the people that are pushing numbers that we expect them to perform at an international level, but they haven't quite got the numbers yet at domestic level, and that's our job as well, to work hard to make sure that we improve the standard of that. But it's a tough ask to ask somebody who might strike at less than a runner ball in domestic cricket to then step up and go 30 off 20 in an international team against the great Australian side. So that's what I understand. The numbers aren't great, but it's our job to make them better, and that's just taken a bit of time.
Ben Sawyer is the White Ferns coach with us. Sophie Devine is batting in the middle. Is that a bit of a flat track bully thing? Should she be batting higher up the order, and are you going to put her higher up the order in this T20 World Cup?
There might be chances where she does do that, but again, it's a situation of we've got 2 or 3 batters in the middle order that strike at around 90 and have that strike rate. And since Sophie's gone to 4, she struck at 140, and we feel we need that power. Now, yeah, we're robbing Peter to pay Paul by moving her out of the top order, but we just think she can be she is world class at clearing the boundary through the middle there. Now, again, like the other night, we've all sat back and said she got in too late, and that's probably one of the first times that's happened, and in a way that's a good thing. Our top order went okay, but we've also challenged our top order after that performance to try and push a little bit harder, knowing that we've got Sophie in there. But we think that's a blueprint that, especially over here, it's definitely not about hiding Sophie or protecting her at all. It's actually trying to put her in a place where if we do need 60 or 70 off 30 or 40 balls, we think she's the one person in the world that can do that for us. So we do believe that's a strength. But yeah, I'd love to have her in the top order and the middle order, but it's just a lot to ask of someone to go really hard up top, but then also make sure that you're there for us at the end when we need to win the game. So yeah, look, that's the approach we're going to take, but we've also spoken about definitely her floating, and if we've got to have a big chase, then moving her up. So yeah, we're open to moving her around the order for sure.
It's Only Sport with Martin Devlin on the platform. Brought to you by One New Zealand. Let's get connected.